Hey, Sagittarius. Welcome to springtime. Welcome to this space. Sorry if my voice is not as clear or if I cough or sneeze ever so often. I am a bit under the weather. Me and my partner, my fiance got sick this week and we are on the mend currently. So just bear with me. Sagittarius, this is for Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising signs. This is messages regarding your money and your relationships in general. So, platonic relationships or romantic relationships, family relationships, business relationships or partnerships. All of the above. Okay. So, we are going to go ahead and jump into your reading. First, we're going to talk about your money. After we talk about your money, we're going to jump into your relationships. And after your relationships, we're going to talk about the spiritual advice for all of the above, the money and the relationships, and what spirit is saying to you guys for the springtime of this year. Happy April. It is now the month of April. I hope you guys are well, Sagittarius. Check your rising and or moon signs for deeper resonance, okay? But if you are a Sagittarius sun sign and this resonates on a deep level, great. All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and see what's going on in your money sector for this springtime of this year. So Sagittarius, you kind of received two cards. And it says positivity, faith, and optimism, and visualize abundance in all forms. Bottom of the deck, you have employment change. Excuse me. So these are the two that you received: positive faith and optimism, and visualize abundance in all forms. Sorry about the glare. So Sagittarius, what I'm getting overall is that there is the need to get another job. Not a second job. I mean, to quit the job you have now and get a better one. Not to say that your place of employment now is bad or toxic. If it is, even more so the need to change employment. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. It could just mean that your place of employment currently is just a stepping stone, and it's now time for you to step up. Okay, it's time for you to move on. Some of you guys might be just in an internship. Maybe you're just working freelance someplace and it's just temporary, and that's absolutely fine. But what is going to work in your favor on this journey and to keep you from spiraling into depression or uncertainty or anxiety and fear is if you remain optimistic about your future. You have to have faith, Sagittarius. For those of you who have a hard time with faith and you look to things that are tangible or that are easily controlled or seen. You're looking for evidence. If you're the type of person who's you need evidence to believe that something is going to work out, you're at a point in your life, in your career, or with your job where the evidence are not there for a reason. Because now your faith is being called forth. Some of you guys may be depressed, feeling a little bit depressed, just feeling like everything is all for naught, and just really having a hard time. Maybe you're being more pessimistic about your circumstances financially. If you're looking around you at your home, where you live, if you're just looking at everything around you and you're just like, this sucks. There is nothing abundant here for me. Everything sucks, right? Then it is going to be quite impossible for you to have faith. Faith is a choice. It's not something that just hits you and you just, oh, I just have faith. It's like, no, that's something that you have to take the leap. You have to jump and make, you have to take that step. Because sometimes that's all you have left is faith. Sometimes that's all you have left is just believing in a lack of evidence and just believing with your heart that things are going to work out. The old way of knowing things is over, Sagittarius, and you need to let it be. You need to just let it end. Your way of visualizing things, your way of controlling things, your way of doing things and accomplishing things has become old. It can no longer function. Okay. Let's go ahead and look into your relationships. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for their relationships during the spring equinox of this year. During this springtime of this year. Spirits of light, ancestors of light, speak to us clearly to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for their springtime messages for their relationships. You received preserving, card number 64. 6 and 4 is 10. That is the number of endings. Excuse me. And it says anticipating a calling appetite. So when you're preserving something, you're preserving it for a new season, right? When you preserve meats and vegetables and fruit, right? When you're pickling something, right? You know that in the future you're going to want this thing, and it's going to take patience for you to make this, because you know that you're either craving, you're going to crave it in the future during that season, depending on the foods that you're going to be eating in that season. There is an appetite that is calling you right now, Sagittarius, right now. It's calling you. There is something that you are hungry for. There's something that you want, and it's calling to you. You need to begin your planning now. Start preserving for this upcoming season of abundance. If you don't start preserving now, you will not be able to enjoy what your appetite has been craving when this season comes around. And I have a season that I have a season. I have a feeling that this season is going to be the winter of this year. The fall or the winter, like the transition period between the fall and the winter. If you do not start planning for this abundance in the fall or the winter of this year, you will pass up a great opportunity. Don't pass it up because of stubbornness or because of a lack of evidence. Something is ending, and at the bottom of the deck for your secret message, you receive the Backpacker card number 9. So you are stepping towards this ending. And it says decamping a tenacious hope. So there's definitely something that you really thought was going to take off for you in a relationship. I have a feeling that this has something to do with your job. This is a business relationship for some of you, where you thought your relationship with your coworkers or relationship with your boss, whatever, was really starting off really well. But then things started to happen to where you started to see like, oh, this is not what I want. And maybe over time you started to become very, very weary of your job and very upset and disappointed. And now you're having to pack up and leave again. And maybe there are those of you, you're so tired of packing up and leaving. You're like, when am I just going to find something that I can just call home, a job that I can just call my job and I don't have to worry about leaving? Right? Some of you guys, this is a partner, this is actually like a romantic partnership or a friendship where, you know, you had high hopes for this relationship and it just didn't work out. And that's okay. That's okay. What is there to learn from it? And some of you guys may be thinking, like, I'm tired of learning. Well, that's where the trouble lies. That's where the trouble begins, is when you become tired of learning. You're almost there, Sagittarius. But I can also tell that some of you guys are very stubborn. And that's what kind of makes your journey a little bit more strenuous on you. As soon as you jump this hurdle of needing evidence, as soon as you let go of this job, as soon as you see a new world around you of abundance instead of seeing a world around you full of hate and curses and, you know, disappointment, that's when your life will change. You want your life to change, Sagittarius? You want your job to change? You want your abundance to show up? Well, you have to take those glasses off. You got to take those glasses off. That's where you're going to find, when you finally open your eyes and see abundance around you, that's when life will change. It's not about what you have and how things look. This is about like what is true. Take those glasses off. Go outside. Maybe just sit next to a tree for a while and study it and just realize like, wow, this is abundance. This tree being alive, the amount of years and time it took to grow this tall, to have these leaves, to have these animals and insects living inside of it, to sustain life for this long, that's abundance. That's success. Trees also experience success. Plants, animals experience success as much as people do, just not in the forms that we think the forms that we think success is as humans. It's not about how much you can control, Sagittarius. It's about how much you can let go of, and just let God take control. And to show you that you are abundance, you are love, you create the love and abundance that you want in your life. If the job's not working out, well, it's not working out. Let's go ahead and see what the spirit realm is saying to you guys. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising signs for the spiritual advice for their money and relationships. You received the sea serpent. Interesting. Sea serpent. Bottom of the deck, you have the oyster. That's your secret message. I'm going to read these really quickly. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. The sea serpent. Let's see. There we are. And it says healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease, and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. So, Sagittarius, if you have been living a life where things have just been fleeting, it's like you make a home somewhere, but then you have to pack up and leave. You make a home somewhere, and then you have to pack up and leave. You get into a relationship, and you have to pack up and leave. Like you get a job, and then you have to pack up and leave. Like if you just feel like life has just been fleeting for you, and you can't trust anyone or anything to last, that could definitely take a toll, right? Some of you guys may have been dealing with neglect in your family from your parents, just feeling like you've never really been held. You haven't really been given assurance or reassurance that you're being held and that you're safe in your relationships. You may have been working jobs where you have to wear your hair a certain type of way, or you have to shave, or you have to cut your hair. You can only wear, pants and a t-shirt or collared shirt and, whatever. You're not allowed to wear certain jewelry, or you can't have tattoos. You can't color your hair, whatever. There may be certain things about your job or certain places that you want to go financially that you feel you can't go with the job that you have. Maybe again that can be a key as well, Sagittarius, where the jobs that you have or the career that you have should allow you to be whatever you want to be, dress however you want to dress. The relationships that you're in, but at the same time the relationships that you're in should allow you to be as beautiful and creative as you want to be, as adventurous as you want to be. But I get the sense, Sagittarius, you guys can be very loyal, but you need a relationship with somebody or with other people who are going to make you feel safe and that actually show you consistency. Because Sagittarius, you're ruled by Jupiter, so you guys can be very explosive. You're very, you guys can blow up. You guys, you're very adventurous. And you might need to be in a relationship with somebody who's okay with that and who's just like, I'm still going to be here regardless of how big and bad you are Sagittarius or whatever, like there's somebody here who I feel in your life who's, you're just needing consistency. And that might not be something that's easily done. Maybe there's some people who just can't handle your personality. I don't know, but like I just get the sense that what you're looking for in a relationship and with a job is security. You want security. And it's been very difficult for you guys to find security within yourselves because you guys can't find security elsewhere, but you gotta have security within yourself. You have to trust yourself. And there are some of you guys within your relationships, and at your job, you just kind of feel like you're kind of clamming up, because that's what this card talks about with the oyster. It's like you're not really expressing yourselves truly at work. You're not really expressing like how you truly feel about your job or how you truly feel about the work ethic there. You're not really expressing like how you feel about um, how much work or lack thereof is being done. Maybe you're not expressing yourself truly about how much you should be getting paid. And maybe even if you are, you're not being heard. So therefore you just clam up and you're just like, well, I don't even know why I even said anything anyway, because nobody's going to listen to me. That's fair. I get that. um, but Sagittarius, don't give up. During this springtime, you are being asked, the gods are imploring you to see the light, to embrace optimism, to embrace faith, to pray. Maybe you just need to pray for, every single day you wake up, just make time to pray. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull one more oracle message for you guys, Sagittarius. One more message for you guys. Excuse me. And then we're going to jump into the tarot towards the end of your reading. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising signs for the springtime of this year. Chinamasta, yeah. A lot of you guys have been getting this in these readings. With Chinamasta, this is a card that is stating that you have the tools to sever the tie with this toxicity, with these insecurities, with these relationships that do not bring security to your life. Any relationship where there is abuse, where you feel like you have to just up and go because you don't feel safe. Any relationship that is just not embracing you and saying, hey, you're safe here, you're safe to be here, you're safe to talk, you're safe to express yourself, I'm always going to be here when you need me. Those are the relationships that you should be holding on to, Sagittarius, not the ones that are constantly abusing you or constantly neglecting you, constantly putting you down. Bottom of the deck, as your secret message, you have 𝍊🼼, card number 41. And let's go ahead and look at 𝍊🼼. 𝍊🼼 says, let me see where I want to start reading. I'll just start here. It says, the name 𝍊🼼 translates as you are fire. Agni is the two-headed deity of fire and a potent symbol of supernatural power. The Hindu texts say that Agni exists not only as fire, but as lightning and the sun itself. Lightning is a symbol for sudden illumination that emerges unexpectedly, often in the midst of a tremendous psychological or emotional storm. Okay. In that sense, Agni is the power to see with clarity. So Sagittarius, it could be at this time as you're watching this reading that you are going through a psychological or emotional storm, like things in your mind and in your heart just feel like chaos. You just feel like nothing is going right. Everything is just topsy-turvy. Or maybe as you're watching this reading, you finally have come to clarity and you just came out of that psychological and emotional storm. But just remember, as the card says, Sagittarius, you are fire. Right? You are fire. You have the energy to destroy life or to maintain it. You have a very powerful force inside of you, Sagittarius. And it's quite possible that there are some of you at work or in a relationship, you're using your fire to keep somebody warm who should not be kept warm. They need to be left out in the cold and figure out how to find their fire. You may be keeping some people comfortable while you are uncomfortable. You know, your fire. So you choose what to do with that fire. Maybe you actually need to start setting some people on fire and putting them in the hot seat who actually deserve to be put on fire and put in the hot seat. And use your fire to be a comforting bonfire, a campfire to those who actually are making you feel safe. Because you're being this to people, this warm fire, this power force, this positive force to people who don't deserve it. And you're chopping the heads off of people who don't deserve this either. So you got to switch it up, Sagittarius. Don't push away people who actually want you in their lives, who actually want to take care of you. But stop keeping people warm who should have been booted a long time ago. Long time ago. Just saying. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot, you guys, really quickly. Excuse me. I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards and then we will clarify those cards for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the springtime of this year. Let's see what's going on with the spirits, what the spirits have to say regarding your money and relationships through these cards. Seven of Cups. Some of you guys, your eyes have been on a certain prize that is more, I wouldn't say this is greed, but it's like this is not. Do you see how this person is like standing here with these gems? Like, yeah, like I got everything. I can afford this. It's almost like there is a sense of greed there. There's like this energy of focusing more on what you can afford instead of focusing on what truly matters as far as abundance. Where it starts. It starts from within, not with these gems. Because what's interesting is that there is a snake wrapped around his waist. As above, so below. Scorpio, Pluto energy is that energy of like, you know, the truth really being shown here. And also a snake can also represent cunning. So some of you guys, Sagittarius, may not understand that there may be some type of entity or spirit that has gotten you convinced that if you have more stuff or if you have more money or if you can have nice things that you'll feel better about yourself, you'll feel more secure, which in some ways, yes, money does bring a sense of security on a human level. But abundance and true wealth Money does not bring that. Doing the spiritual work does. To me, the wealthiest people in the world are the people who have friends and family members and romantic partnerships that are there to support them. The most wealthiest people on the planet are the people who are at peace with themselves. They're happy with themselves. They don't care about, they don't have a care in the world about opinions of others. Right? You have the World card, there's Capricorn. So I'm seeing Scorpio, I'm seeing Capricorn, I see all of the fixed signs, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio here. So there's a portal that you are entering of abundance here. But as you enter this portal, as you stand before this portal, you are also faced with your inner world, your portal within yourself. Are you abundant inside, Sagittarius? Truly. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Finally, being able to indulge in the things that you want and the things that you love and the people that you love, right? So, what I'm seeing towards the future is that as you walk away from this Seven of Cups of like just kind of feeling confused and not really knowing what you want, not knowing what to choose, so you just end up choosing what seems right, you end up kind of leaving that behind and stepping towards actual happiness, actual wish fulfillment. Some of you guys are actually choosing to move forward with the job that's actually going to give you these riches, this abundance here financially, and it's going to help you step through this portal of abundance towards being able to indulge what you truly want in your life. So I do see that here. This is definitely, this is a job. I do see you getting exact, like more than what you want, right? I do see that happening. Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And that is I read that as Taurus energy. So this is definitely, see how this is not a traditional Rider-Waite tarot. So you see how this young man or this page is giving a pentacle to this little gnome. I love this image because it's like giving to the earth, like giving to the spirits. It's like you find this sense of reverence and respect for yourself and for your soul and for the earth. Like I like, just like it was saying, like finding abundance everywhere. Everywhere that you go, Sagittarius. It's like when you find abundance everywhere, everywhere you look, you start to realize that you have so much to give. You have so much to share. You don't have to have a lot of money to share and to give. You can go walk up to a tree and give it water, right? You can walk up to a bush and just offer it water. That's abundance. Water is abundant. It comes from the sky, right? Oxygen, the fact that we can breathe on our planet, that's abundance. Those of us who don't have breathing problems, or those of us who are able to breathe, and those of us maybe who have healed our lungs, if for those of you who have had breathing problems or asthma or anything where you've had to heal your lungs, you know, you realize that the resources and the things we have on this planet is actually a blessing. They are all blessings, from the sun to the moon to the clouds to the rain that falls from the sky. Like, it's a beautiful thing to be alive. I think that is where you're getting at. This is what I'm getting at, and this is where you're moving towards, Sagittarius, is that you're realizing that, wow, I'm actually lucky to be alive. And once you step through this portal of abundance and your perspective changes and you go through that transformation that you're going through, Sagittarius, the job, the money, everything else just kind of starts to fall into place. you know? I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. Let's go ahead and clarify these cards. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups really quickly, Sagittarius. Yeah, so definitely you are staying committed, Sagittarius. So there are those of you, you are going to leave something behind. So, okay, with the Seven of Cups here, this card here, what I'm seeing now with the Chariot here is that you are going to choose to leave your job, or you're going to choose, you're going to finally choose a cup. And the cup that you're choosing is the cup that is going to allow you to move to a new home or to a new location, move for a job, a new job, to just choose something different, and you're not looking back. You're not looking back here. Yes, there is a leap of faith that you're going to take. Okay, during the springtime, you are going to take a risk, and you're going to be like, this is not worth my time. I'm leaving. I'm moving. Let's go ahead and clarify the World card. Let's see what the World card is talking about for you guys. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is definitely an offering, an opportunity. So stepping into this portal of abundance, you will, it's interesting because you also have this little arch here. I see this as like a symbol of a portal. You see that there? So there is a portal of abundance here, and you will be offered an opportunity. Definitely a financial opportunity. Others of you, you're going to be offered a, there's going to be a new relationship, new friendships here. Like really a lot of security here. Bottom of the deck secret message, you have the Emperor here. So I do see this as being a new boss. Maybe this is also you getting your own home, or this is you actually becoming your own boss, opening your own business. Let's go ahead and clarify the Nine of Cups here. Yep, justice being served. Things falling into balance finally. Yeah, you finally able to rest your mind. You finally able to relax and just breathe and feel at home. Your work finally able to pay off. You actually being like in love and enjoying the work that you are doing. So if this is a job, this is you just feeling like, oh, like I did it. I made it. I finally can get lost in my work and not, and not feel strenuous on my health or on my well-being. You're able to actually get good rest because you're going to be ready to go to work the next day. You're not going to be dreading going into work. You're not going to be dreading about money. Your finances are going to be balanced as well. Your relationships are going to be balanced. I'm really excited for you guys, Sagittarius, but you guys gotta have faith. You have to have a sense of optimism here. Okay, you guys are going to be okay. Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.